It's to say there is a very substantial business group that is carrying on in the apparent absence of Mr. Carrim. And if the group can carry on in the apparent absence of Mr. Carrim, then it's not clear to us why we can't get, through a simple request from Mr. Carrim, details like financial statements of 3 of those companies in the group, the identity of the auditor of 3 of those companies who we still haven't been able to ascertain from repeated requests to Mr. Carrim. So if he can keep his businesses ticking over remotely from his sickbed, he can also issue an instruction that the information that exists external to him can be made available to us. And he hasn't done that for months now. The second issue in relation to the medical report is it's curious to hear my learned friends saying we haven't impugned the validity of the medical report, because last time we were here, you'll recall that there was a suggestion on the table that Mr. Carrim should make himself available for independent medical examination, and we were told, oh no, you don't have the powers to do that. You're not a high court with powers under the rules, you can't do that. He won't make himself available without you, and you don't have the power to do that. So now we're told you can't examine him, you can't get an independent medical report, but when you have extrinsic facts which give reason to doubt that he is unable either to appear or to furnish information that you've asked, you cannot raise them because you're not impugning the medical report. Well, they can't have it both ways. If Mr. Carrim wants to make himself available for our own independent psychiatric or other medical examination, we will do that. And we will arrange that an appropriate specialist dealing with whatever medical conditions he has raised, which range across a very wide spectrum, are investigated and a report is furnished. Finally, I want to emphasize one particular misconception, and it is this. Mr. Carrim comes here asking for a postponement without making a postponement application. We have information that makes us concerned about the bona fides of his claim to a postponement application. We are giving him advance notice so that his postponement application can address those issues on which he will have to satisfy the Commission. He seems to proceed from an assumption that he can have a postponement if he wants one, and it's for the Commission to show that he shouldn't have a postponement. It works the other way around. He needs to satisfy the Commission. And in order to satisfy the Commission, he's going to have to address these concerns that we've raised. That's why we've raised it. And that's why we've raised them informally, and that's why we've raised them in advance of a postponement application. In relation to the timetable, we have suggested Friday because we have had a succession of witnesses this week who were scheduled who have not appeared and who are not appearing. So scheduling this postponement application on Friday will no longer interfere with evidence time that we have scheduled. We've had, in fact, all 5 days of scheduled evidence, originally scheduled evidence, or 4 of the 5 days of originally scheduled evidence this week fall away because of postponement applications. So this Friday is not going to interfere with scheduled evidence time. If we get to next Friday, we will interfere with scheduled evidence time. And the debates in relation to Mr. Carrim's evidence and appearance and non-appearance have thus far taken up days of Commission hearing time, and we don't have days to waste. So we want it done this Friday because this Friday currently is a day which is sitting fallow. As far as the in-camera concerns raised by my learned friend go, if there are legitimate concerns in relation to privacy, we are happy to accommodate them, but whatever happens in that regard needs to be tailored very tightly so that any in-camera process is confined to that which is necessary to address the privacy concern. Those are our submissions, and we would ask that this postponement application be brought on a timetable where we can give the extra time to our learned friends. They can file their papers by close of business tomorrow. We will respond by 11 o'clock on Friday morning, and the postponement can be heard on Friday afternoon.
Chair, excuse me, Chair, may I seek, firstly, as a matter of protocol, may I seek an indulgence to address you on one point, examination on one hand, and then subpoena the doctor. You will remember in that general discussion we had the last time, it's not one or the other. My client placed on record that the power of independent examination is open to serious doubt. And you'll remember I explicitly said, I used the phrase, there are less intrusive means that are available to the Commission if there's a doubt about the medical evidence, and the subpoenaing of the doctor is one such option. So there is no inconsistency between what I have said to you today and what I have said to you previously, and that's as far as I'll take it. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. On this, Mr. Oh, sorry.
Mr. Premier, I understood Mr. Chaskalson to simply be making the point that you are not correct to say this medical certificate has not, no doubt has been cast on it. And all he was saying was, we have said he should go for an independent examination. That's the only point I thought he was making.
Then please strike what I've just said from the record if I was incorrect in my understanding of what my learned friend said. I just wanted to make sure on the record that there's no ground to suggest an inconsistency. And that's as far as I'll take it. Through you, Chair, obviously. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Premier. I guess there's no need to respond, or is there, Mr. Chaskalson?
No, Chair.
Thank you. Just one aspect. I assume that the several issues you itemized are the sort of issues that would have to go to a ruling or the ruling. Or not? Remember, you itemized a few.
Yes, I've certainly itemized. I'm not suggesting they should go into an order, but if they aren't responded to if they aren't addressed in the postponement application, we will ask the Commission to draw its own inferences.
We proceed on the basis that Mr. Carrim, through his legal representatives, has heard the issues that you itemized.
Just in fairness to Mr. Carrim's legal representatives, maybe I should run through them again. And what we were asking for was the dates on which Mr. Carrim has been admitted to hospital over the last 4 months.
Just I see the paper is being sorted out, and I think when you started, they were not ready yet. Please, Mr. Chaskalson. Yeah.
The dates on which Mr. Carrim has been admitted to hospital over the last 4 months, the dates on which Mr. Carrim has attended medical consultations over the last 4 months, his travel movements over that period, how he travelled to Cape Town in the last week, if indeed he or beforehand, if indeed he has travelled to Cape Town. And it seems that he has travelled to Cape Town because one of the medical reports speaks to hospitalization in Cape Town. Whether Mr. Carrim has attended social engagements over the last 4 months, whether he has played a role in the management of his business over the last 4 months, and if not, who has been responsible for the management of his businesses.
And Chair, as a clarity, I think Mr. Chaskalson's extension of the travel arrangements covers Commissioner Kumalo's supplementation of the original list, so to speak.
And let me just clarify where it comes from. In his presentation, Mr. Chaskalson said they have information that he has been traveling from the Northwest. So I know that there's no airport in the Northwest, so unless he drove to Cape Town, I'm assuming he would have flown from either OR Tambo or the other airport. I can't remember what it's called for now. So that is relevant to me because if you can give instructions to anybody to book flights for you, then you can give instructions to those who are running the business to provide the detail the Commission is looking for.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chair and Commissioner Kumalo.
Oh, just, yeah. Perhaps, before, I'll give you a chance, Mr. President.
I was saying thank you for the clarification and the amplification as to the travel arrangements, because my learned friend said travel arrangements broadly, but Commissioner Kumalo has a specific travel arrangement in mind that needs to then be dealt with. That's what I was saying thank you for. I'm indebted to Commissioner Baloy.
Thank you. And Mr. Chaskalson, perhaps it's best for you to just give a piece of paper to your colleagues.
I'll do that immediately after the hearing.
Thank you.
Mr. Chaskalson, you have narrowed down his activities, business activities, to management. Can I suggest that it be in the business affairs and not narrow it down to management, because management could easily be interpreted as being purely operational. And what we would like to know is what has been his involvement, if any, in the affairs of his businesses. Thank you, Chair.
I'll do so, Commissioner.
There is the matter of detail around the exact timing about filing, for example. Let's leave you and Mr. Premier to discuss that detail and even the time when the application should be heard. But let me upfront say that the decision I make is for that postponement application to be heard this coming Friday. But the question of when exactly tomorrow the application should be filed, when the answering affidavit should be filed, and the exact time at which the application should be heard on Friday, may I ask Council to please discuss that. And once you have agreed, Mr. Premier is excused, and Mr. Chaskalson can just bring that to our attention, say after lunch, and a ruling then gets made.
Thank you, Chair. We will do that.
Chair, may I please just ask a clarity, and I'm sorry to do this, but you'll remember on the last occasion when I argued for an in-camera application in front of you, part of my submissions was to say, well, the horse is already bolted, because in trying to justify the in-camera, we went to the details. I've already flagged the fact that there's going to be a request for in-camera. Obviously, if the Commission, through the evidence leaders, opposes that request, that's a different story. I'm just flagging now that come Friday, it's not just the postponement that might need to be determined. There would also need to be consideration of the in-camera and how it is going to be argued in front of you in a way that balances.
Yes. If in the light of what Mr. Chaskalson said, which I thought was quite accommodative, if that will still be an issue, let's consider that if and when it arises.
Perfect. I'm indebted.
And Chair, can I suggest something else? That pending Friday, this Commission issues a ruling essentially stopping speculation about Mr. Carrim's trying to contain speculation about Mr. Carrim's medical condition pending Friday, because the issue is going to be, I don't know how to formulate it, but I do think that there is a risk that coming out of today's hearing, there may be wild speculation in the media. Can I speak to Mr. Premier about that, and when we come back to you with a timetable, we will do that. We will include a proposal in that regard, but it may be, I don't know how we take that further.
On the last point you made, Mr. Chaskalson, may I say, please make it part of the discussion, and let's see what comes out of that. We are subject to what Ms. Sillo says. We are minded to take an early lunch and come back at 1:45. But of course, we will hear Mr. Chaskalson first. If Mr. Premier will not be coming back for whatever issue he might still want to address. If there's agreement and there's a draft ruling, then Mr. Chaskalson will come back and...
I'm indebted. That's very kind. Thank you.
Yes. I've just been overruled, and the suggestion is for us to come back at 2 p.m. We'll adjourn and resume at 2 p.m. Let's adjourn.